Western Reserve Raiders take on the Warren Harding Panthers.
Contest and tremendous excitement at Mullenkopf Stadium. Let's take a look at Warren Western Reserve's starting lineup. And we'll start with the quarterback, the person that Warren Harding is going to have to contend with if they're to be successful against the Raiders tonight. It's Roselle Richardson. He will wear number 11. He's a 6'2", 197-pound senior. At wingback is number 10, Jay Sprague. He showed it against Massillon and throughout the year, and very capable of the big play. He's a 5'8", 167-pound senior. The quarterback is number 12, Harley Keller, 6'1", 176, and a senior. Wingback, number 15, Reuben Osborne. He'll get the ball regularly, 5'9", 159, and a senior. David Arnold, one of the prime receivers and one of the fine athletes in this town for a long time, number 16. He's a 6'4", 183, and a senior. Wingback, Alan Caldwell, number 33, 5'8", 145, also a senior. And split end, number 37, Robert Murray, 5'6", 140, and a junior. At the center spot, it'll be number 50, Jim D'Annunzio, 6'2", 161, and a senior. Two guards are 54, John Church at 5'11", 185, and a senior. And number 60, Mike Bell, 5'8", 175, and a senior. Number 75, Travis Davis, will hold down one tackle. He's 6'3", 250, and a senior. And then number 76, Donnell White, 5'10", 250, and a senior, will be at the other tackle. Frank Thomas had the opportunity also to talk with John. Great ball game. It always is when these two get together, and of course each could salvage the other's season, as you might say. Both teams out of the running as far as the Steel Valley Conference is concerned. Warren Harding with a 3-3 mark in the Steel Valley. Warren Western Reserve 2-4. Both teams 5-4 overall. Well, we're ready just about for the kickoff. It'll be the Warren Harding Panthers booting to the Warren Western Reserve Raiders. And here to bring you the play-by-play, as he has done all year, the voice of Pilot 9 Sports, John Caporanis.
Okay, Harry Patis, thank you very much. And again, a pleasant good day to you, sports fans. The Panthers will kick off to open up the ball game. Harley Keller approaches the football, and the 17th meeting between these two ball clubs is underway. At the 23-yard line to the 25. Sean Matlock to the 30. Slips and goes down at about, let's see if they're going to spot his knee down. They are at the 33-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. So that is where the Raiders will put it in play. First down carried through the course of the campaign. And lining up at the wingback spot, number 44, Tim Wade. Wade, a 170-pound junior. Man in motion, Robert Allen. Timmy Wade on the sweep, has blockers 35, Wade 40, Wade 43-yard line. That'll be good enough for the first down of the ball game. 1 minute into this, the 17th meeting between Warren Harding and Warren Western Reserve. Allen in motion, Richardson to put it up. Richardson flat pass again to Wade, has blockers. Wade trying to get around. One guy does so, gets up to about the 50, but no more. Dave Arnold coming up to make the stop, but actually making the play for Warren Harding. Tony Wade, who fought off a blocker and slowed down Tim Wade just enough for Arnold to come.
That assigns those people.
Steve Henderson to do the booting. He'll be standing at his own 37-yard line. Good snap from center. Henderson with a high spiraling kick. That'll be taken by Woody Perez at the 20, 25. Perez to the 30. Breaks two tackles, 35. Perez hit at the 35 up to the 37-yard line. What a year that man has had. Woody Perez with a 17-yard return on the play.
Perez, one explosive runner, as we saw him throughout the year, breaking for long punt returns, and of course the memorable 98-yard run, which when he took it in for the touchdown, setting a Warren Harding record at that point.
Henderson with a 31-yard boot, 17-yard return by Wade. 1st and 10 for Warren Harding at their own 36-yard line. That is Reuben Osborne for a couple. Fumble on the play. Let's see. I believe the Raiders have recovered. They have at the Warren Harding 40-yard line. First offensive play of the ball game. The Panthers cough it up, and coming up with a loose football for Warren Western Reserve. Number 21, defensive back, safety Alan Wade.
So, excuse me, Cap, you have
the Panther 40-yard line. Allen, the man in motion. Richardson to put it up. Richardson going to run with the football. Richardson 35. Richardson 33, out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, and a flag on the play. Flag thrown right at the 30-yard line, so let's see what.
Get their act together here and establish themselves early.
Second and 23. Ball carrier Henderson into Warren Harding territory down to the Panther 47-yard line.
We're able to get the hand on the football.
Senior quarterback Harley Keller, number 12, on the pitch to Woody Perez with blockers. 35. Perez up to the 38-yard line. About a 7-yard pickup for Woody Perez. He is averaging 5.6 yards per carry on the course of the campaign. Ball carrier gonna be hit and racked for the loss back at the 35-yard line. Robert Brown, the ball carrier for Warren Harding, but the blood defense of Warren Western Reserve really in on the spot. Number
on the wrong foot as far as the Eastsiders were concerned.
Pass almost intercepted by number 24 for Warren Western Reserve, Derek Kelson, and that man right there last week against Boardman intercepted a pass 2 yards deep in the end zone and took it 102 yards for another school record for Warren Western Reserve.
And there we
Allen, the man in motion. Richardson gonna be hit, fires the football complete to Allen up at about the 45-yard line. Travis Davis really lowering the boom on Roselle Richardson, but Roselle getting the pass away, completing it. Very close for the second first down of the ball game. They'll be about into the I formation. Now back into the one running back. That is Steve Henderson. Roselle Richardson on the sweep, gonna be hit. Excellent defensive effort by Warren Harding. And coming up to make the stop, the left side cornerback number 23, Kenny Ash. It'll go.
He is the key to this Raider attack, no question about that.
Second and 17 from their own 43-yard line. Field position up to this point belonging to the Raiders. Richardson getting pressure. Flag on the play. Richardson going to scramble. Nice move at the 45. Got him up to the 48-yard line. He literally hurdled one of the Warren Harding ball players, but two flags on the play back at the Warren Western Reserve 40.
134 yards passing.
So third down, long yardage for the Raiders. Sophomore quarterback Mike Reese. Pitch to Henderson. Henderson to the 35, and that is it. 2-yard pickup on the play. That will set up fourth down. Punting situation for the Raiders.
Up to now.
Stacked eye in the backfield. First and 15 from their own 31-yard line. Keller to throw. Keller with time. Keller fires deep. Pass is incomplete. A flag on the play. The intended receiver for Warren Harding.
Either one of these defenses would be a pretty difficult task. So far, it just hasn't happened. Penalties have been a major factor in stopping the Western Reserve Raiders. As we look at that, they've had 3 penalties totaling 35 yards. Panthers with just the 1 penalty. But the Panthers, well, let me...
Down 15 yards to go with 1:43 remaining first quarter. Harley Keller to put the ball up. Keller over the middle, complete. 45, 40, down to the 35-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. That's George Riddle again, and no, that's number 82. I'm sorry, that's number 82, Stanley Owens. Well, game first and 10 from the Raider 35-yard line. Sweep to Perez, and he is going to be level. Breaks the tackle. 35, 30. Perez down to the 29-yard line, and what a move by Willie Perez. Quite a few, and Willie Perez certainly right there with all of them. Second down, 5 yards to go. He has the football, breaks one tackle, 15. Perez to the outside, down to about the 13-yard line. That will be close to the first down. They'll mark it about, that's going to be very close to the first down. We will have our first. Lining up with the eye in the backfield, the deep man, Reuben Osborne. Osborne has the football, and he is hammered back at the 17-yard line.
Just coming up untouched and leveling the ball carrier.
Second down, 14 yards to go. Less than 10 minutes remaining second quarter. The Panthers at the Raiders 17-yard line. Keller to throw. Keller fires over the middle, complete inside the 5. Down to the 4-yard line, close to the first down. Score of the ball game. Harley Keller, the quarterback. Keller to Perez for the touchdown. Willie Perez taking it over from the 2.5-yard line to score the first points of the 17th meeting between Warren Harding and Warren Western Reserve. The Panthers, 2 out of 2 on third down conversion attempts, will have an excellent opportunity to make it 3 out of 3 as you look at the Panther bench on the near sideline. This is, of course, a home game for Warren Harding.
At least that's been the pattern so far tonight.
Arnold will split to the left side. One running back, that is Perez behind Harley Keller. He has the football, has the first down, 50. Perez 45, Perez 40, Perez 35, touchdown, saving tackle by Alan Wade at the Warren Western Reserve 30-yard line.
Touchdown, 24 yards, takes him up to 62 on the night.
Keller to throw, Keller getting time, fires, almost intercepted at the 18-yard line. Keller was decked by Sean Flowers as soon as he released the football, and Alan Wade.
Example of Dave Arnold's versatility. He can hit you.
Second down, 10 yards to go. 3:02 remaining second quarter. The ball at the 30-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. Sweep to Alan Caldwell as a blocker. Turns the corner, gets down inside the 25, down to about the 21-yard line. That blocker he had ahead of him, number 9, Woody Perez. Side. Robert Brown, wing to the right side. Perez behind quarterback Harley Keller. Perez with the football, gonna be hit, and look at that driving leg power of Woody Perez. Second down, 4 yards to go for the Panther touchdown. Harley Keller to Woody Perez, gonna be hit right at the line of scrimmage. So that time the blood defense waiting Woody Perez, and Panthers. Third down, 4 yards to go for the touchdown. Sweep, and gonna be hit way back at the 8-yard line as Reuben Osborne. Number 24, Derek Kelson coming up to make the stop, and that...
Off to the Panthers, Cap.
Mike Reese on the kickoff, short kickoff. It'll hit at the 25. Roll and be picked up at the 20 by Alan Caldwell. Caldwell looking for the one on the near side. Gets up to the 25 on the hurl across the 30, up to the 32-yard line. That's how Richardson was hurt in the first half for the Raiders.
With the 8-0 halftime score, and Panthers with the football.
Ball carrier, Reuben Osborne. No, that's Robert Brown for a couple. Gets up close to the 35-yard line and stopped by the entire middle of the Warren Western Reserve blood defense.
A great job of it in the second period, trying to go to it again. Perez got most of that action.
Keller on the bootleg, 35. Keller 40, first down, 45, 46-yard line. Galladay, who did not start this ball game for Warren Harding, back on the defensive side, playing at the left cornerback spot. Reese fumbles the ball, picks it up. Reese going to be hit and hit hard back at the 12-yard line. John Church coming in to make the stop. Warren Western Reserve now with 56 yards in penalties. 6 flags on the play.
That's been costly. The Raiders haven't been able to look at third and short. They're always looking at third and what they're looking at now, 3rd and 22. And it's been penalties and lost yardage, like on the play that Reese fumbled the ball and got trapped for a 10-yard loss. They've tried one quick kick tonight. This is a opportunity to do it again, but you can't spend all night quick kicking.
Third down, here we go. Quick kick time. Henderson partially blocked again. It'll hit at the 30 and take a Raider roll across the 40. Picked up by Osborne, 44, and down to the 36-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. Third down, A short 5 yards to go. Keller on the quarterback. Keeper has the first down. Inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. Up 7. On the near sideline. Keller rolling, a lot of room to run. Keller 20, Keller 15, Keller 14-yard line. Tony Stubbs bringing down Harley Keller, but not.
So again, a nice diverse attack by the Panthers, and it's been mostly on the ground that they've been doing this. Panthers have only put the ball up 6 times tonight.
High in the backfield, ball carrier for the first down.
To create the nice short yardage plays.
1st and 10, ball carrier Robert Brown for maybe 2. Got just inside the 10-yard line. 2 minutes 40 seconds. And came up empty. Let's see what happens this time around. Pitch to Reuben Osborne. It will not fool the Warren Western Reserve defense as we have a flag on the play.
I think we had an illegal block against the Panthers.
Osborne ridden out of bounds back at the 11-yard line, and if that is an illegal block, that'll cost the Panthers 15 if the Raiders take it.
Well, it might take them out of field goal range. It was a clip. And we're going to see it again. It's the old reverse, and well, there you see the clip. And also the
right there did Warren Western Reserve. They controlled the tempo of the first quarter. Didn't put any points on the board. And the same thing here in the third quarter with Warren Harding.
Yeah, if you're dividing this game into quarters, so far it's Warren Harding 2, Warren Western Reserve 1. But the Panthers got on the board in that second period, and that's been the difference in this game, 8-0. But as you mentioned, has now come back to haunt them. But credit both defenses. They've been tough all year. And of course, Warren Harding, as we mentioned, just allowing 7.7 points per game, has the shutout right now. There you see some, were those roosters sitting up there? Pigeons? We do have a capacity crowd, or near capacity crowd, as those fans had to take refuge on top of the concession stand. And considering the weather, the Warren fans have stayed loyal to their 2 clubs.
4th down, 25 from the Warren Western Reserve 26-yard line. Keller to throw. Harley Keller with time. Fires deep. Has a man. Incomplete. What a defensive play by Warren Western Reserve's number 24, Derek Kelson.
Derek Kelson right on the spot, saving the touchdown and giving the Raiders possession of the football.
Warren Harding drives inside the 5-yard line of the Raiders, comes up empty. Here in the third quarter, drives inside the 10, and again comes up empty-handed and leading only 8-0. So still anybody's ball game. Warren Western Reserve, and Alan Caldwell has done some superb running for the Warren Harding Panthers. Alan's dad, as we mentioned, excellent football player for Warren Harding back in the early 60s. Here we go. Junior sophomore quarterback Michael Reese. To Henderson, who's going to be hemmed in. A loss of about 3 on the play. From his own 41-yard line. Nice kick by Church. Fair catch indicated. Fumble! Picked up by the Panthers at the 32-yard line. The 22, I should say.
Flag down.
But
now the Raiders have had trouble moving the football. A lot of it, of course, Warren Harding defense putting a lot of pressure. Battle for field position, and now becomes imperative that the Raiders get a good kick here. There you see the Panther cheerleader. Raiders need to pin them back there deep if they want to have a shot at this game, because all the Panthers would need to do would be to put together a drive similar to the couple of the drives that they've had in this game, and they will have eaten up 6 to 7 minutes of that clock. There you see Frank Thomas having a few words. And believe me, that was not a restaurant list that was pulled out of the official's pocket.
See how many pinch hitters he has left.
Well, Frank Thomas was a pretty good baseball player in his day, but I don't think that's what he had on his mind.
And his brother Chucky, of course, the baseball coach for Warren Harding. They're going to go for it. Fourth down, about 4 yards to go from their own 42-yard line.
This is a surprise.
Mike Reese, the quarterback. Long count, and timeout again.
A shotgun, though. It wasn't a matter of lining up to go for it. They'd go with the quarterback lined up underneath the center, then shift into the shotgun, and twice pulled the Panthers offside.
That play still bothers me, the shift by Ursuline. I was always under the impression you're only allowed to send one man in motion on a play, even on a shift. But Ursuline had about 5 guys going at the same time. And Bob Church, you're an official in Trumbull County. Let's pull you in. Is that a legal formation that Ursuline was using?
Yes, it was, Cap. As long as they're set for 1 second before the snap of the ball, it's fine.
In other words, you can send as many men in motion as you want to, as long as they are set 1 second before the snap.
That's correct.
What's your impressions of the first 3 quarters of play here, Bob?
Excellent defense on both sides. It's a case of who scored first has a good shot to win the ball game, and Coach Anarella there tried to draw the Panthers offside. I think if it was me, I got to kick the ball away, hope the defense holds, get a turnover somewhere down the line, and put the ball in the end zone.
They're going for it again.
Fourth down, 4 yards to go from their own 42-yard line. High in the backfield, shifting with Robert Allen moving off to a wing. Mike Reese going to be hit hard at the 41-yard line. Went to the short side of the field, and the Panther defense equal to the task. Jimmy Bell in on the stop. Donnell White, Travis Davis, I should say. And that is the 13th first down of the ball game for Warren Harding.
Keller's got 42 yards now and 7 carries, and you mentioned half of those have been as a result of the quarterback keeper. Not supposed to be a big yardage play, but he picked up a clutch first down in the first half and another one here in the second half.
Ball spotted right at the 25-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. Less than 8 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Keller to Allen Caldwell, running room, 25, 15-yard line. Close to the first down.
Let's see, given where the ball was marked, it'll be close.
You got it. First down, Warren Harding, and that is number 14 for the Panthers from the Warren.
The Raiders to come back.
6:45 remaining, fourth quarter. Color again on the quarterback keeper. This time Sean Flowers has hold of him. Nevertheless, Color
to get the football. Of course, the Raiders think he is too, probably. So
4:55 remaining, fourth quarter. Color to Perez for the touchdown. Willie Perez with his second TD of the ball game. It comes with 4 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the contest. The score: Warren Harding 14, Warren Western Reserve nothing. Reese to throw. Reese firing over the middle, has John Richardson up at the 40-yard line. 17-yard completion to John Richardson. Third first down of the ball game for the Raiders. Run before he had full possession of the football. Reese to throw. Reese blindsided, fumbles the football. Back at the 30 to the 29-yard line. Recovered by the Warren Harding Panthers. Jimmy Bell coming up with the loose football. And Mike Reese really... No 51 on the Warren Harding program, but that's who hit Mike Reese, causing the fumble. Sweep time. Trying to get outside, does so. 25 down to the 20-yard line. Robert Brown, the ball carrier, a pickup of about 8 on the play. Keller sweep the other side to Caldwell, has a block up. Perez cuts inside, picks up the first down to the 16-yard line. Ball carrier Perez, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown! Willie Perez, third touchdown of the ball game. It comes with 29 seconds remaining in the contest, and again, following the blocking of Travis Davis on the right side. That will make it a 21-0 score in favor of Warren Harding.
The Panthers have put forth, holding the Raiders to 24 yards on the ground.
Keller with a kickoff. It'll be fielded by Henderson at his own 12 to the 15, looking for the wall on the far side. 20-25, flag on the play. At the clock, he will not have enough time for the final play, and there it is. The whistle indicating the end of the ball game, and the final score from Mollenkopf Stadium in Warren, Ohio. Primarily by Warren Western Reserve. At the end of the first quarter, when the gun had gone off, the score, the Raiders nothing, the Panthers nothing. Warren Harding started a drive toward the tail end of the first quarter, and 6 minutes 37 seconds later, with 7 minutes 44 seconds remaining in the first half, Willie Perez culminated a 64-yard drive from the 2.5-yard line. Perez went in for the touchdown. On the extra point attempt, Panthers went for the single-point conversion. The snap was over the head of the holder, Tony Waite. By the time Waite picked the ball up and tried to throw it into the end zone, he was decked by a Warren Western Reserve defender. Roughing the passer, moved the ball half the distance to the goal line. Panthers converted. Perez ran it in for the 2-point conversion. That made it 8-0 in favor of Warren Harding. What looked like a key drive for the Panthers began with about 6.5 minutes remaining in the half, when Warren Harding started a drive at from their own 26-yard line. Got all the way down to the Warren Western Reserve 4-yard stripe, but on 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the touchdown, the Panthers tried to sweep the left side. The Raiders rose to the occasion, dropped the ball carrier for a 4-yard loss. At that point, Harley Keller attempted a 25-yard field goal. It hit the right uprights, no good, and that's the way the first half ended. The Panthers 8 and Warren Western Reserve nothing. Panthers dominated the third quarter, as had Warren Western Reserve in quarter number 1. And again, when all the smoke had cleared at the end of 3, there had been no scoring in the quarter, and the score remained the Panthers 8 and the Raiders nothing. But in the fourth quarter, Warren Harding really putting it all together. 2 drives. The first one, a 40-yard drive, after the Raiders tried on a 4th and 4 situation from their own 40-yard line. Failed to come up with the necessary yardage. Woody Perez scored his second touchdown of the ball game 4 minutes and 21 seconds later at the 4:51 mark, culminating a 40-yard drive in 8 plays. Perez this time from the 2-yard line. Harley Keller on the extra point was good. That made it 15-0 in favor of the Panthers. And just for good measure, Frank Thomas's ball club put on one more on the board with 29 seconds remaining in the ball game. And again, Willie Perez, his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, scored 20 points tonight to move him to 68 on the course of the 1984 campaign. Perez from the 9-yard line, 29-yard drive in 6 plays. And again, Harley Keller converting to make it a final of 22-0 in favor of the Warren Harding Panthers. And here with the team and individual.
In the rushing, 21 yards passing. Harding 3 of 9 for 37 yards. Reserve 4 of 13 for 37 yards. Right even there, but the big story, of course, was in the rushing category. Total yards, Harding 250 to Warren Western Reserve's 58. It was a penalty-marred ball game, as Harding with 7 penalties for 55 yards. Reserve with 7 for 61 yards. And in the first down department, Harding with 17 to Western Reserve's 3. But then the time of possession, a very important stat here tonight. It was dominated by the Panthers, 28-25 to 19-35. And a significant stat compiled by Bob Church, last 36 minutes of the game, Western Reserve had the ball just 11 minutes and 8 seconds of those 36 minutes. Taking a look quickly at individual statistics, it was Willie Perez night here, no question about that. If there was an MVP, it had to be he, as he came up with 108 yards and 21 carries. Harley Keller, not too far behind, well, fairly far behind, but he had a good night with 42 yards on 10 carries. And Alan Caldwell had 38 yards on 8 carries. Western Reserve's leading rusher was Steve Henderson, who in 7 carries picked up 26 yards. So, quite a ball game for the Warren Harding Panthers. In the first period, it appeared as though the Raiders were going to be the dominant team, but Panthers turned it around and had 3 great quarters of football, led by Willie Perez's 3 touchdowns. Cap?
Let's bring in Bob Church. Your final comments on the ball game, Bob.
Excellent defensive ball game. Harding finally put the offense together. You got to think, Cap, what if you know, what if Roselle Richardson would have stayed healthy? He's an excellent athlete, excellent basketball player. He can do it all. He's the catalyst as far as the Raider offense goes. Mike Reese did a nice job. You can't take nothing away from the sophomore, but, you know, the Raiders go as Roselle goes, and without him, they're kind of lost. But you got to take your hat off to the Harding defense. They've been there all year, and they were again tonight.
You're going to tell your younger brother, Johnny, about how to catch properly those intercepted passes? I'm
going to tell him the easiest way to avoid looking silly on camera is to fall down when the ball comes by, and that way you don't look silly by dropping it.
6-4 for the Panthers this year, their first winning season since 1978.
Best 6-4 team in the state of Ohio. Before we get off the air, Cap, I won't be here tomorrow night for the Niles-Howland game. I'd like to thank you and Harry for putting up with my crap and, you know, letting me in the booth, and anything I can do as far as, you know, Cable Pilot 9 goes or anything you guys need, just let me know and I'll be glad to help.
And a super job for us, Bob, and going to miss you tomorrow night. Harry, your final comments on tonight's ballgame.
Well, amen to Bob Church. He's been a big help to us up here in the booth with the stats and so forth. And as far as final comments on this one, it was a big victory for the Panthers. They maintained that streak of none of these teams being able to beat the other more than 2 times in a row. And the added incentive, of course, carried the Panthers to victory, and it's good to see the Panthers on the other side of 500 for the first time, as you mentioned, since '78. So good contest, typical of Warren Harding, Warren Western Reserve, and that they really go at each other. This time it was dominated by the Panthers. Next year, who knows?
I'd like to pass on a couple of more comments. We mentioned the fact that Jack George, with his 150th ball game this year, the statistician for Warren Harding, his counterpart at Warren Western Reserve, Gary Bertini, currently completing his 5th year in that capacity for the Westside Warren High School. And Sue Kindleberger, the assistant to the AD at Warren G. Harding, personal friend of Harry Patis's, in her 200th consecutive game.
My 9th grade English teacher.
That about wraps things up. And there's the man who's really given us a lot of cooperation this year and every year, the athletic director for the Warren City School System, Pat Giuliano. Super job. That does.
Tonight, the Warren Western Reserve Raiders battle the Warren Harding Panthers.
The girl in purple.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Mullenkoff Stadium in Warren, Ohio, where the John Caparanis had an interview with head coach Phil Arnarella. And that was the head coach of Warren G. Harding, Frank Thomas. And he did talk a little bit about Tony Ford of Warren Western Reserve. Last week, Tony Ford produced one of the greatest games as a Western Reserve runner ever. He had rushed the school record 38 times for 169 yards. And that was a 12-0 win over the Hubbard Eagles. And Tony now has 652 yards on 146 carries. Well, it's the color and excitement of high school football, and the band of Warren G. Harding is out on the field. And we'll be back right after this.
Shut off early, it'll force the Raiders to do other things that they're not normally used to doing. On the other hand, I've got to believe that Harding has a little more offensive balance now that Clayton Waite's a quarterback. They can run with Patterson or Marco Miller or Perez, and now with Clayton Waite back there, Reserve's also got to respect the passing of Clayton Waite. So
Kickoffs this year for TDs, and we are just about all set to go. Johnson on the kickoff, and the 19th meeting between Warren Harding and Warren Western Reserve underway. Tony Ford 15, Ford 20, tries to get outside, 25, 30, 35 out of bounds at the Warren Western Reserve 39-yard line. Yeager and the tailback, Tony Ford, number 20, leading ground gainer on the year for the Raiders. He has the football, 25-30, Ford 35. Ford has the first down of the ball game up at the Warren Western Reserve 38-yard line with a couple of quick touchdowns. Now they're facing the Warren Western Reserve offense. It's had a time getting some points on the board, although Bobby Allen will turn the corner. 45-50. Allen 45, 43-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. So Bobby Allen picks up 17 yards. Defensive left end, number 31, Calvin Johnson, blocked inside. That enabled Bobby Allen to get to the outside and pick up the big yardage. Tony Ford trying to turn the corner. He's going to be hit hard. Way back at about the 48-yard line. Panthers wait. Richard Page will split to the left side. Wing T in the backfield. Third and long. Bobby Allen to put it up with protection. Fires over the middle and intercepted by Patterson. Avery Patterson 30. Patterson knocked down at the 34-yard line. Rod Dantzler, the intended receiver, but we just made comment about Avery Patterson's defensive exploits, and he comes up to determine who's going to win this ball game. Offensive line back for Warren Western Reserve. It made a difference last week in the game under adverse field conditions against the Hubbard Eagles. Tony Ford for maybe a yard. Sixth carry of the night for the 155-pound senior running back for the...
Got to either burn them deep or at least show them you can throw the ball downfield. And Reserve hasn't done it much all year. And Harding's saying, okay, we know you run the ball. Beat us by throwing it.
Dantzler,
if you drop it, the other team's going to have the football in great field position, and he took a young man, held on to it.
First down, 10 yards to go. Marco Miller's spinning for a couple. Gets up to the 48-yard line. Marcel Williamson from the Tough Blood defense. Let's talk a little bit about that Blood defense. They've only allowed...
We played volleyball, and Reserve could have had it in great field position. Here's Harding's punt.
Randy Wilson with a good kick. Bobby Allen will touch it inside the 10, rolling into the end zone, and it goes for a touchback. So again, Randy Wilson taking advantage of the wind blowing. Had an excellent punt. It goes for Warren Harding and Warren Western Reserve. Brogdon shifting over to the tight end on the left side. Tony Ford going to be tripped up in the backfield. Lost a yard on the play.
A receiver turned in a little hook pattern. The ball was put right on the numbers, but a good hit in there.
Snap count. He was on the center like quick.
See how the Raider defense plays it this time. Wade on the draw. Running room Perez, 45, down to the 41-yard line. Doing an excellent job covering the punts. Number 69 again doing the booting. Grant
Penetrate up the middle. Let's see what they do here.
First down, 10 yards to go from their own 15. Tony Ford has a couple of blocks. 15, 420, 425, 430, 440. Tony Ford 45. Ford into Warren Harding territory at the Panther 46-yard line.
Ford to the right, Allen to the left, and they switched it that time. Ford came to the left and found an opening on the left corner and beat him around the corner and went for big yardage.
Manny Lewis, the man, flanked to the left side. Double reverse time, fumbled by the Raiders. Picked up, 40, 50, 40, 30, ball to the 20, ball to the 10, ball to the 5, touchdown Warren Harding. Steve Vaughn, a 60-yard ramble after a Western Reserve fumble to make it 6-0 the Panthers. 8 minutes, 23 seconds remaining first half. Dukes and Ford in the backfield for the Raiders. Darrell Dukes, sophomore fullback. Bobby Allen will give it to Tony Ford, and Ford is going to be hit for a loss. Looked like they might have been setting up the halfback option pass, but the wing T in the backfield. Ball carrier is Ford, and Tony Ford going to pick up maybe one, but that is it.
Turnover. Here's a look at the flags now on the east side of the stadium. But it's very comfortable tonight for football. In fact, you don't even have your...
High school basketball over TCI. Should be excellent round ball. Bobby Allen, 45, 43-yard line of Warren Harding. Power sweep that time, no trickery. A pickup of 7 on the play. That'll... Second down, let's call it about a 2 yards, long 2 yards to go for the Raiders. Allen will throw. Allen fires over the middle, complete to Matlock. Inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Sean Matlock on the receiving. Second quarter, second down, 6 yards to go for the Raiders on the Panther 10-yard line. Allen on the keeper, has blockers. Good defensive play by the Panthers. Looked like Allen might cut his way through for the touchdown, but fighting off a block, I believe that was number 57, Michael Hall.
I believe this is where you go with it, because you got your defensive ends and your secondary got to be checking out the corners so you don't get beat around the ends, and the tackles and the middle linebacker are going to shut down the middle. So I've got to look to try and do something against Harding's pursuit. They got to make Harding make a mistake defensively, and I would look for something like a double reverse or a halfback option pass or something like that.
From TCI Sports coming your way. 4th and 2. Allen fires, tip, intercepted in the end zone. Matlock fumbles the football. And let's see who recovers. Oh, they're going to call it a touchback. Raiders close to scoring on that one. And there is the whistle indicating the end of the first half of the 19th meeting between Warren Harding and
To win this football game is a lot of points, not a lot of points on the board. You got to have touchdowns to win a football game. And right now, trailing 6-0, that conversion is really.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Panthers, leading 6-0, held to just 34 total yards in the first half. Ball carrier to the outside, 15, Marco Miller close to the 20-yard line, and also close to the Panthers' second first down of the ball game. High in the backfield, 2nd and 6 from their own 35-yard line. Waite will give the ball to Miller. Miller to the outside. Miller 35, Miller 40, 45, out to the 49-yard line of the Panthers. With 9 minutes remaining, third quarter. Ball carrier, oh, Mark Perez really waylaid. In fact, he's going to lose 2 on the play, and I believe Garcelle Moss, number 58, making the hit for the Blood defense.
60 yards. Let's find out what happens.
Ba split to the right side. Ball carrier Matlock gonna be hit back at his own 48-yard line. Number 70 defensively, Damon Dowdell coming up to make the big loss, and that.
And we'll give the guys on the chains after this play.
1st and 10 for the Raiders, their first of the second half. Tony Ford hammered at the line of scrimmage, might have got up to the 40-yard line. Number 56 defensive yard line. Sean Matlock, the wide out to the far side. Wing T in the backfield. Allen on the keeper. Gonna be hammered back at his own 37-yard line. Number 57, Michael Hall from his right side.
Long. Let's see if they put it up.
One back behind Waite. Tony Waite flags all over the place. And Waite gonna be nailed back at his own 29-yard line. But a flag
on first down. Look for that sprint out and the dump off pass.
Raiders will get it back one more time with the wind in their favor. Bad snap from center. Rolling inside the 5 into the end zone, and Wilson will take it out to the 2. For the Raider touchdown, Bobby Allen will keep it. He will get in for the score. Allen for the Raider touchdown with 1:25 remaining, third quarter. So second down, 6 yards to go for the Raiders. Ball carrier is Daryl Dukes, and Dukes across the 20 up to the 21.
Cap, if
4 yards to go for the Raiders.
If we get into an overtime, that makes how many for you?
The only one I can ever recall doing before was before the current overtime system was adapted. That was in one of the state championship games over at the Rubber Bowl about 11 years ago. I think Newark Catholic was involved in it. That's the only other time I can recall doing it. Bob Allen. Allen gets the first down. Excellent second effort by Bobby Allen. Raiders almost going with an 8-man defensive line. Miller gonna be, no, that is Jeffrey Matlock gonna be hit at the line of scrimmage. See where they're gonna give him forward progress to the 47-yard line.
It's 3rd and short. And look for something off tackle again.
Number 23.
Marco Miller. That's right. Marco Miller back in the deep spot. The eye, he's hit by number 58, Garcelle Moss. That time, Moss king on Miller. Dropped him from his own 30-yard line. Again, has the wind behind him. End over end kick. Allen will take it at his own 25. Allen to the 30. Allen 40. Allen 45. 46-yard line. Almost broken. 22-yard punt return by Bobby Allen, and the Raiders
yards.
Marcus Jones making the tackle for the Panthers. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 46-yard line. Tony Ford running room 50. Ford 45. Ford 43-yard line. Dantzler in motion. Allen to put it up. Allen under pressure. Allen going to pick up maybe 2 yards. Got to the 45. Panthers all over him.
We're at 6-6. If they do what they've been doing in these last almost 4 quarters now.
Split about 10 to the near side. 1:30 remaining 4th quarter. Panthers keeping it on the ground. That's Perez. Out of bounds on the far sideline up to the 28-yard line.
68 yards to go. It's going to be tough.
Marco Miller going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Well, in the event, and we are very likely to go into this scenario, 32 seconds away from it. Overtime procedure, Bob Church in Ohio high school football. Give us about a 20-second capsule report on what to expect.
And puts them into a deeper hole.
5-yard walk up. We'll move it back to the Raider 47-yard line and set up 2nd down. 22 yards to go. Tony Anderson this time will flank to the left side. Alfie Bird split to the right side. Richardson going to be sacked. Back at the 42-yard line. I believe Marco Miller making the tackle.
Yeah, Marco Miller came through there untouched.
This time, Steve Baugh will split to the near side. Damon Vaughn slotted right side pass, incomplete, intended for Vaughn. Good pressure applied by the Raider defensive front 4. Incompleted pass will set up 3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Panthers.
It's just the 2nd incompletion by Waite in the game. He's thrown 9 passes. He's completed 6, but he's had an interception as well.
Again, Baugh to the near side. Same format as last time, except only one running back behind quarterback Clayton Waite. That's Mar Hamid. Waite fires to Steve Baugh. Incomplete. They're going to call it an incompletion after the hit by Marlon Williamson on Steve Baugh at the 38-yard line.
A wise call. I think that was the... Warren Western Reserve now faced with field position that's good, but they've had better. Their 2 scores were as a result of 32 and 33-yard drives, but they've been getting the good yardage on 1st and 2nd down, which is making things easier for them. Panthers, though, have tightened here.
Alfie Birch split to the near side. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Ball carrier Tony Anderson into Panther territory to the 48-yard stripe. Leading 12-7.
This has been a time-consuming drive. It has the ball in Panther territory, but now Raiders forced to put it up here at 3rd and 7.
Anderson flanked to the right side. Richardson to put it up. Richardson pump fake, fires deep, has a man, Tony Anderson, incomplete at the 10-yard line. Oh, Anderson had it right in his arms at the 10 and could not hold on.
He would have had to have made a tough catch over the...
With 2:21 remaining 2nd quarter. If you look at Kerry Foster after that excellent punt. Panthers have it at their own 20-yard line, down.
And it looked as though it was Chris Brogdon making the stop, getting in there, and it was Brogdon bringing Waite down. Just didn't have the time to throw. Good penetration by the Raiders. Brogdon wrestling to the ground.
Timeout number 2 for Phil Annarella's ball club.
Good opportunity now to try to get in there and block the punt and try to get some more points on the board inside of a minute to go in the half. Raiders, since their initial 12 points, have been stymied a bit by the defense of the Panthers. Football that we've been bringing your way, some other great sports events as well, and we'll be bringing you high school basketball. That's coming up pretty soon.
And Jermaine Richardson. Double slot left side. Richardson under pressure. Gonna rumble with the football. Going for the out of bounds marker and gets it at the 41-yard line. Stops the clock with just 17 ticks remaining here in the second quarter, and he'll set up second down, 2 yards to go for the Raiders. Panther defense stung by 2 short drives by the Raiders after the Warren Harding offense coughed it up in the first quarter. But overall, they've been an excellent defensive unit the entire season. A lot of similarities between these two ball clubs. Bomb by Richardson. Going to be intercepted at the 5-yard line. Not only does Steve Vaugh catch them from Clayton Waite, but not showing any favorites. He caught one from Jermaine Richardson.
That was a fine catch. You can tell he's an end because he really had to go a long way to get to that one.
There you see Vaugh coming up right here. Nice pickup. First turnover for the Raiders. Halftime score, the Raiders by 5 at 12-7. And there you see the 2 excellent bands and part of the crowd here at Mollenkopf this afternoon. And what a beautiful afternoon for football. Nice turnout here to see these 2 fine teams in action here.
You couldn't ask for more, Cap. And in fact, what you're seeing on the field right now is a rather unusual sight. You've got both bands together in a salute to John Philip Sousa and Warren Harding and Warren Western Reserve. This has to be well choreographed by both band directors. And why don't we go down onto the field and listen and watch as the bands perform. Well, there you see part of the crowd in Mollenkopf Stadium. It's a fine crowd on hand on a wonderful fall afternoon. This is, I'll tell you, this is November, but this is as good weather as we have had during the fall. We've been not so blessed with rainy weather throughout the fall here during the high school. 88 yards and 22 carries. In passing, they are 2 of 8 for 48 yards with 1 interception. So total yardage for Warren Western Reserve, 86 yards. Warren Harding, has 19 yards on the ground, 83 yards passing on 7 of 11 with 1 interception for 102 total yards. So the Panthers have outgained Western Reserve by 16 yards in the first half, but trail on the scoreboard. Time of possession reserve 14 minutes to Harding's 10 minutes. Individually speaking, Warren Harding leading ground gainer Marco Miller with 12 yards and 7 carries. And that's a tribute to Warren Western Reserve of having held Marco Miller to just that 12 yards rushing. But the thing you have to wonder is Marco Miller is an explosive type of a runner, and he often will pick up his yardage and get to his 100 yards as a result of a 60 or 65-yard drop. So the Raiders still have to be wary of him in the second half. As far as passing, it's been Baugh on the receiving end of 5 passes from Clayton Waite, and 1 of them for 7, 3 for 11 yards, and another for 6. So Baugh has been the primary receiver of Clayton Waite. Waite enjoying a good afternoon passing. As far as Western Reserve is concerned, Carmen Caffey leading the way on the ground with 47 yards and 11 carries. Tony Anderson with 25 yards and 6 carries. And Richardson has hit 3 different receivers, Anderson, Birch, and Trimble, for those receptions. As far as scoring summary.
Okay, Harry. First 2 scores by Warren Western Reserve, there are only 2 scores of the first half, occurred after Warren Harding turnovers in the first quarter, and first quarter belonged entirely to the Raiders. Warren Western Reserve scoring the first touchdown of the contest with 8:26 remaining in the first quarter, when Tony Anderson was on the receiving end of a phenomenal 26-yard pass from Jermaine Richardson. Not phenomenal in the fact that 26 yards is such a long distance to cover on a pass, but the fact that Richardson was hit, fumbled the ball just prior to the touchdown pass, picked it up on the first bounce and rifled it into Tony Anderson's arm for the TD. That came with 8:26 remaining in the first quarter. Raiders marched 32 yards in 3 plays, and it took Warren Western Reserve 1 minute 27 seconds to march that 32 yards after a fumble recovery on a bobble by the Warren Harding offense. Next.
The fact that both teams have been known for their defense. Their defenses have played well as they have in the first half today. The thing that's impressing me is that Reserve is doing this basically without Myron Elsey. I mean, he's in a few plays, but Tony Anderson's doing an excellent job running the ball. Carmen Caffey's doing an excellent turnovers by the Panther offense, and the Panther offense showed signs of life with Clayton Waite throwing the ball to basically Stevie Baugh, and Marco Miller, as Kerry said, only 13 yards, but he's a crunching runner, and he's due to break open, so it ought to be an interesting second half.
Any surprises to you in the first half?
Well, not really. I think it was Randy Wilson kicking the ball for the Panthers, and now we see Clayton Waite kicking the ball. You know, if you had a real hardcore coach or a real hardcore football team, that might not be a real good idea with your quarterback punting, because all it would take would be one bad play and you'd be hurt in 2 positions. But Phil Anarella and the Raiders are class people, and they don't want to see that happen to anybody. So that's basically the only surprise I see. As far as the Raiders, I said,
coming out of the blocks here with a rushing play, but Marco Miller has had it tough.
Surprisingly, all 4 of their first downs have been via the passes. Second down. 9 yards to go. Clayton Waite with time now, being pressured, gonna be hit, brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Chris Brogdon from his defensive right end position, providing part of the damage. Marco Miller out of the ball game. Man slotted left side. Clayton Waite, pump fake, fires over the middle, pass is complete for the first down, across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. Number 29 on the receiving end for Warren Harding, Derek Frazier, for the first time this afternoon. And for the Panthers, first down number 5, and all 5 via the air lane.
Well, Baugh got leveled there.
Reserve, that will cost the Raiders 5 and move the ball up to the Panther 47-yard line. Second down, 9 yards to go from the Raider 25-yard line. Marco Miller getting a breather. Mar Hamid, the only running back behind Clayton Waite. Double slot right side. Clayton Waite to put it up. Under pressure, fires, intercepted. Just becomes 20, 25, 29-yard line. And I'll tell you, Clayton Wade was just hammered as soon as he released the football by K.C. Jordan. That caused the interception.
Oh, Jordan really got the weight, and he's the one that made the play. He came rifling through there. It's amazing Clayton Wade got the ball away at all, and as it turns out, it would have been better off had he not been able to, as Combs making the interception.
Leading 12-7.
Raiders kept the ball primarily on the ground in the first half. Let's see if the strategy changes here.
Tony Anderson for maybe a yard. Left side of the Panther defense closing the gap in a hurry. Steve Barr, Mar Hamid. Again out of the eye. Anderson gets the first down, 44-yard line, and a flag on the play. Could have a face mask against the Panthers on the tackle.
Yeah, there's nothing but black jerseys around the running back, Anderson, so it's going to go against Warren Harding.
8-yard pickup for Tony Anderson, first down number 8 for Warren Western Reserve. Doing the same thing to the Panther defense. First, big second and 4, running room a little bit forecasted. Mar Hamid quickly closing the hole, and a pickup of about 2 on the play.
Through the third quarter and on the move against the Panthers.
Second and 9 from the Panther 19. Jermaine Richardson running room, 15 out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Knocked out on the near side by left side cornerback. That will set up third down and about 2.5 yards to go for the Raider first down. First down, goal to go out of the power eye in the backfield. Happy touchdown. Boy, he had a hole on the left side.
May be the charm.
You know, we mentioned the fact that Carmen Caffey last week against Campbell Memorial with his best offensive performance of the season. Continuing right here. He only had 2 touchdowns on the year coming into this ball game, and he's already scored 2 TDs for the Raiders in today's contest. That drive, a 71-yard, 12-play drive. 7:29 it took the Raiders to march downfield to score.
That's what you want.
Touchdown.
You want to use the clock and then convert it into points, and that's what the Raiders did.
Warren Western Reserve going for the 2. Caffey, same play, same results, 2 points. Same play utilized by the Raiders as they did on their touchdown run. And with 11:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter, the score now reads Warren Western Reserve 20 and the Warren Harding Panthers 7.
Well, the Raiders with a big score and a time-consuming score, which puts the Panthers now in a situation where they would have to score twice. And on that extra point, evidently injured player on the field.
Mar Hamid, I believe, number 9. Boy, that'd be a tough blow for Frank Thomas. Ronnie.
Mentioning the history of this fine rivalry, Warren Western Reserve winning last year 13-7 in overtime. In 85, 34-10. Also take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. What a tremendous lineup of sports they've been able to bring to you folks this fall. In addition to the high school football schedule, of which there were 12 games on that schedule. We've mentioned the fights from the Forum, the tennis, hockey, Ohio State basketball. All that is a result of some fine sponsors. It's a record number of sponsors that TCI Pilot 9 has had, and we certainly are grateful to them and wish them the best, and I hope you'll patronize those people as they are responsible for the fine sports scheduling on Pilot 9 this year.
Kurt Foster to do the kicking off for Warren Western Reserve. Squib kick taken by one of the up men, 35. It's O'Neal Brown to the 40, and O'Neal Brown up to the 43-yard line. So the Panthers will have excellent field position. First and 10 at their own 43, but now trailing 27. And about this stage of the game, you anticipate seeing the throwing arm of Clayton Wade in action.
You would have to think so. He's thrown the ball now 12 times and completed 9, but he's had 2 interceptions.
Came in on the year 70 for 132 for 837 passing yards. He'll put it up under pressure. Gonna be sacked. Well, you have to give the Raider defensive secondary plenty of pats on the back for the job they've been doing this afternoon.
That time it was Anthony Morgan coming in there to break things up.
3-yard sack on the play. Second down, 13 yards to go. Line third down. 13 yards to go for the Panthers. Waite will put it up. Screen pass. Complete, but this time the Raiders waiting for it. That same play worked for about a 25-yard pickup in the first half. But Raiders making some adjustments and stopping it for no gain, and it'll be a punting situation for the Panthers.
Hey, Corbin, you're going to be playing the ball now. You got to swing the ball and run the first down. Run the first down. A towel. A towel. A towel.
It's been an amazing fall. I hope you fans appreciate all that's gone on Pilot 9 TCI. We've been able to bring you great high school football. And
there's Ricky Page being helped off to the sideline. Fine hand from the partisan Raider fans and the Panther fans on the far side, also showing their appreciation. Shaking it out, so I just wanted to ham it up for the crowd.
yeah, at least he's got a smile on his face. That's good.
Patience of the heart occasionally when you watch him play?
No, not at all.
Second down, 7 yards to go for the Raiders. Ball carrier is Harmon Caffey, and the Panther defense holding
Because
at the 32.
Doesn't bother me at all.
When do you guys open up?
3 weeks today.
Is that right?
3 weeks today.
Against?
Cleveland West Tech. And we got Worcester this week in scrimmage. Barberton coming this week. At McKinley and at Marine Admiral King. So we got 3 weeks with football.
Kovac has a nice ball club coming up. High in the backfield. Ball carrier is Tony Anderson across the 25 up to the 27. That'll force the Raiders into a punting situation.
Now that was said with the straight face.
Warren Western Reserve Raiders, and what a job he's done. The West Side Warren High School. Foster's boot will be taken by Steve Bott, the 42, 50, 45, 42-yard line. 18-yard punt return by Steve Bott, and the Panthers with their back to the wall with 6:12 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Return. Multi-talented ball player.
High in the backfield. Clayton waits. Dump off pass complete. 35, 32-yard line. Damon Vaughn on the receiving end. A pass completion of about 9. As Charles Smith in on the stop defensively for the Raiders. In fact, could be close to it. Sean McGee split to the right side. Ball carrier Marco Miller near side will get out of bounds with the first down at the 26, and a flag on the play. Gonna be a late hit on the part of Warren Western Reserve, and a man shaken up for the Panthers back at 13 of Warren Western Reserve. Wade under pressure. Gonna be hit, breaks a couple of tackles, 10, 5. What a move by Clayton Wade for the touchdown. He must have broke 5 tackles on that TD run.
There was no way he was going to get into that end zone at the beginning of the play, but boy, did he make things happen. Clayton Wade with an excellent run. He wants to pass, and then suddenly he sees some green, breaks a tackle there, another one there, and just simply outruns the secondary for the touchdown. Great run. This is what Waite was looking for, as he had some open people in the end zone, but also saw that he could get into the end zone himself and did so.
And if you do make it,
not if you kick it here. And that's what they're going to do.
Marcus Jones to attempt. Ball is down, kick is in the air, and Jones drills it through the uprights to make it a 20-14 score. With 5:15 remaining in the fourth quarter, and don't go away, folks. This one isn't over.
You didn't think it would be, did you?
Not with the talents that both of these quarterbacks have. Line, but put on a burst of speed and wound up picking up 3 on the play. Second down, 7 yards to go. For defense, timeout number 2 for the Raiders. Stopped it with 4:22 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Well, this being the important play that it is, Richardson probably making the right decision there. Western Reserve doesn't want to be in the position of having to be concerned about their timeout.
The timeout signal was coming from the sideline, so I don't think Phil Annarella had exactly the people in that he wanted on this offensive set.
Nice crowd on hand. They've been on an emotional roller coaster here.
In a Super Bowl game. Probably one of the better ones in the 20-year history. Confrontation between the east side and the west side. Look at the Raider mascot.
What we're waiting on is the line judge went to the far sideline. Now we're having a battle of the bands, and both coaching staffs are trying to get the bands to turn it off so we can continue playing football.
And the players of the game have been selected. Steve Ball for the Panthers, Carmen Caffey for the Raiders. And we're just about
to kill a couple of more minutes off the clock. They don't get it, they're going to have to surrender the football. Warren Western Reserve, 30-yard line. Raiders leading 20-14. Ball carry. Oh! Tony Anderson leveled by Kerry McQueen, who's played an excellent defensive game for the Panthers. A loss of 2 on the play. What a hit.
He did come. Panther crowd on the far side got its defense going, and now trying to root on the offense. And now the Raider fans on their feet. How typical of this rivalry. What a great game.
Steve has a timeout. They're at second of the half. They have 1 more remaining.
And again, such a big play in this game. The Panthers wise to call that timeout. Making sure that the right play is called. Although certainly if they don't make it on 3rd down, they will go for it on 4th.
I wouldn't be surprised right here, Harry. If you've got anything hidden in your bag of tricks or your playbook that you haven't used all year, I think right now is the time you got to do it. And the Raiders are pursuing very well, which would set up something like a reverse or a double reverse, you know, because they're coming hard. And you get it outside, and with the speed of a Steve Baugh or Amar Hamid or somebody like that, they could break it big and, you know, make things happen. But you also don't want to hand the ball too many times.
Double slot right side. 3rd and 7. Wait. Looks. Fires deep. Has a man. Passes. Intercepted. At the 6-yard line by Warren Western Reserve. Derek Mason, 155-pound junior, coming up with it for the Raiders.
Weight dropping straight back and letting it all hang out. And Mason just got tremendous position to pick the ball off.
So the Raiders will have it with 1:33 remaining in the fourth quarter, protecting a 20-14 lead.
And the Raiders have intercepted Waite 3 times this afternoon.
Panthers down to their last timeout.
I think we've got a discussion on the far side with looks like Rick Walton, Ernie Krasner,
practice, and Frank Thomas, I think he wants a possible interference call. And I think what Rick Walton's telling him is it's a situation where both ball players are going for the ball. Interference is non-call.
Western Reserve now calling a timeout.
That's the last Raider timeout of the ball game as Phil Annarella talking with Tom Plaza. One thing Phil wants to tell the ball players is please no mistakes down at this end of the field, gents.
If it does come to fourth down, whether safety becomes wise, but just based on how much time's remaining on the clock, they should be able to run it down.
Well, working numbers here, 3 plays at 24 seconds each is 72 seconds, which is 1 minute and 12 seconds. With 1 minute and 33 seconds and 1 timeout, they'd have to run up to fourth down if they run it right through the edge. But I wouldn't be very surprised.
Safest play right now is for Richardson to do that. Jermaine Richardson. Oh, he's going to turn the corner.
Trying to run
some blockers. 10, 15, 20, 23-yard line. First down, Warren Western Reserve.
The initial part of that was to just run a little.
They do to stop it with 55 seconds remaining. Now Warren Harding out of timeout. Play is resumed. It'll be 2nd and 12 for Warren Western Reserve, but all Jermaine Richardson has to do now is do exactly what he did on the previous play. And we will be back following this message.
Raiders. Warren Harding, though, has used its final timeout and will be unable to stop the clock again. Phil Annarella conversing with the troops, and this time you get the feeling that Richardson will just kind of kneel it.
Richardson now going to fall down back at the 12-yard line. Clock moving down to 40 seconds remaining in this one. The 20th meeting between Warren Harding and Warren Western Reserve, and an excellent ball game between two fine football teams. Yard line. This should be it. 3rd down. Richardson falls on the football at the 5, and the countdown is on, and Warren Western Reserve will win their 3rd straight contest against Warren Harding by defeating the Panthers 20-14. From a wet Mollenkopf Stadium in Warren, Ohio. It's the plethora of raindrops coming down here. Do you think it's going to affect tonight's ballgame?
Well, the plethora of raindrops will definitely affect the fact that both teams have a proclivity for the pass. And, you know, you got to pull out all the vocabulary in the Harding Reserve game. And, yeah, I think that's going to be the key, is the fact both teams do like to pass it. Clay,
talk with both head coaches and bring you all the action of this, the 21st meeting between the crosstown rivals.
Well, the Warren Harding Panthers are the home team, although it really doesn't matter since this is the home field of both squads, but they'll be wearing the darker uniforms, and they will be receiving the opening kickoff. We should mention that the officials for today's game, referee Tony Montana, umpire Art Davis, line judge Bob Marino, linesman Ernie Kratzis, back judge Pat Montana. We're just about ready.
He's also scored 4 TDs. We'll get to the rest of the backfield after this one. Clayton Wade puts it up, little dump off, complete to the 40. Gerald Simpson across the 45, up to the 46 for the first down of the ball game.
It has a tendency to hang up. A short passing game might be the best effort.
High out of the backfield, Wade on the slant pattern, complete for maybe a yard.
Manny Lewis coming up again to make a fine stop.
From their own 47-yard line. Emmett Williams will split to the right side. Jackson in the slot. Wait to throw. Fires. Has a man. Incomplete. Emmett Williams in and out of his hand at the Warren Western Reserve 43-yard line. That would have been enough for a first down. But as it is, we'll have our first punting situation of the ball game. As Warren Harding will have it, fourth down at their own 47, Harry.
Well, Wade threw it perfectly, but again, maybe the wet ball, slick field conditions contributed to that incompletion.
There you see Alfie Birch in single return for the Raiders at his own 21, and Clayton Waite. Short kick. It'll hit at the Raider 32 and be down at the 32-yard line by the Warren Harding Panthers. So that's where Warren Western Reserve will have it for the first time after a 21-yard punt by Clayton Waite. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 32-yard line. And don't forget, the Raiders 9-0 have not had an undefeated season since 1973.
And that is what they're looking for right now. That is the prime thing that Phil Annarella mentioned even before the Niles game, that they were looking to be undefeated. They play them one game at a time and hope for the best as far as the playoffs were concerned. And no question about it, the victory here puts them in the #1 spot as far as the region is concerned.
Yeah, one thing that certainly will not help the Raiders is Myron Elsley, their fine fullback. Out of this ball game, he will not play. Jermaine Richardson on the bootleg, flag on the play, cuts the corner, 35, knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line, but again, a flag thrown back at the original line of scrimmage.
The way that play developed, I have to think offensively the Raiders did something that would cause the flag to be dropped. We'll wait for the word from referee Tony Montana.
Look to Jermaine Richardson and move the ball back inside the Raider 30 down to the Warren Western Reserve 27-yard line as you look at it again.
And you get an idea of the intensity of this game at the tail end of that play as the Panthers were celebrating the fact that they had knocked Richardson out of bounds after a 7-yard gain, but they are pumped up.
Inside linebacker, one of the co-captains for Warren Harding. So second down, we'll call it 10 yards to go from their own 32-yard line. 9:15 remaining first quarter. First opportunity to do something in the ballgame offensively. Jermaine Richardson on the bootleg. Richardson 35, Richardson 40. Richardson about a yard shy of the necessary yardage. In fact, they're going to put his knee down. Birch splits to the left side. Richardson to Caffey, and Caffey hit. Powers his way for a couple up to the 48-yard line, but our first big hit of the ball.
That everybody knew what was going on and called the timeout. So as this one progresses, I suppose that might have some effect.
I'll tell you, you have to pat the Warren fans on the back as we look at the 14,000 that were in attendance 20 years ago.
And you know, they may have come close to that today had we had some cooperation from the weatherman, but still a very nice crowd on hand considering the elements.
And still some people coming to Mollenkopf Stadium as the rain has substantially slowed down in the last half hour or so.
Had a chance to talk to Pat Giuliano before the ball game. He said that before the game they had sold 3,000 tickets, and they, you know, like Terry had said, they planned on selling a whole lot more. The ticket office opened at noon today, and they had planned on selling a whole lot more, but Mother Nature kind of got in the way.
Third down, along 5 yards to go. Richardson bootleg, has blockers, gets across the 50, close to the first down. Second effort will put him at the 47, and it looks from our viewpoint as if he has first down #2 for the Raiders.
Interestingly, he was hit and hit hard by Clayton Waite. On the second effort, watch again as he goes around the left end. It's Waite who meets him, the two quarterbacks.
We'll find out. Big measurement here early in the first quarter. It is enough for first down #2 for Warren Western Reserve. You know, you get into a ball game of this nature with this type of weather condition, and you know, who does it favor? A team that has a good ground game or a team with a good passing game?
Well, looking at it from both sides, you hand the ball off to your power runner if you've got one, whereas if you throw the ball, the receiver knows his route, the quarterback knows the route the receiver is going to run, so it might favor the passing team.
Ball carrier running room, 40, 35, 30, Caffey down to the 22-yard line of the Warren Harding Panthers.
We talk about some of the unsung heroes in the open cap, and perhaps Edwin Caffey is one of those. He looks like he's running quite well so far today.
Ambrose split to the right side. Richardson in trouble. Fires the football, intercepted. Simpson 40, 50, 40, 35, 34-yard line of the Warren Western Reserve Raiders. Just spoke about him, Harry. And Gerald Simpson rising to the occasion. 27-yard interception return, and we'll look at it again.
Well, Gerald Simpson's a fine athlete, but Richardson threw this ball with lineman Hank.
Official let go of the flag. The flag blew about 15 yards, so that shows you the power of the wind that's blowing into the face of Clayton Wade in this quarter.
First down, 15 yards to go from the Raider 38-yard line. Clayton Wade fires. Pass is complete and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 3-yard make it, but the Panthers moving a little bit on it. Clayton Wade fires into the flat. Pass is complete for the first down to the 22. Today, the receiver knows where he's going. The defender doesn't know where the receiver's going. Wade will pass, complete to Simpson. Simpson to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 7. That'll make it second down, 2 yards to go. Excuse me, 2nd and 3 for the Panthers.
Game going on right now.
From the 16. Wade, pump fake. Wade fires into the flat, complete, close to the first down at the 13-yard line. That is good enough for first down, number 3 by the Warren Harding Panthers. So the Panthers, the first team to seriously threaten. 3:29 remaining here in the first quarter. 4 come out expended by Warren Western Reserve, and we still have 3:24 remaining here in the first quarter.
And the All-American Athletic Conference title, so they have a lot riding on this one. And Warren Western, as you see.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Panthers from the Raider 12-yard line. Clayton Wade again looking. Clayton Wade fires over the middle, touchdown! Gerald Simpson on the receivers. Attempted just the one pass in their opening drive, and that was intercepted by Gerald Simpson and led to the Warren Harding touchdown. This time out of the power I in the backfield. Ball carrier Tony Anderson for about 3 up to the 26-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play, met by the entire...
Both bringing back fond memories.
Tony Anderson hit at the line of scrimmage, stopped by a gang tackling Warren Harding defense. No gain on the play. That'll set up third East Ohio.
Well, that's the thing about Warren Western Reserve. You look at the skilled positions and you say, wow. But really, the wow has to be have a footnote to it, and that is the offensive line, because they have been excellent. They are quick and they are big.
Bambro will split to the left side. Alfie Birch wanted to the left side. Richardson fumbles the snap back, and he's going to be hit for no gain. In fact, the loss of a couple on the play. 2-yard loss. That'll set up our first to do the booting from his own 15-yard stretch. Michael Hall, one of the 2 deep men for Warren Harding. Richardson will kick at the Hall. Michael will field it on the line at the 45, 50, 45, and hit hard at the 45-yard line of Warren Western Reserve. 32-yard boot. One running back behind Clayton Wade. Keith Jordan in motion, and Wade will put it up 2nd and 8 under pressure. Fires the football pass. Is tipped away by Alfie Birch. Intended for Ken Jackson at the 18-yard fence. Again, Jordan in motion to the right, and again, Wade will put it up. Wade fires over the middle, complete to Simpson for the first down to the 34-yard line. Third pass reception by Gerald Simpson. Make it the... Again, Jackson will slot right side. Wade to throw. Wade fires. Pass is complete down and out pattern at the 26-yard line to Emmett Williams. Clayton Wade having a phenomenal first quarter plus here this afternoon. Second down, 7 yards to go. Wade under pressure, fires. Pass is almost intercepted at the 22-yard line.
Now that was the first time.
Isn't coming after Clayton Wade. Pretty soon you run a draw play or something like that and run it right up the middle.
There it is right there. Good call, Bobby Church. Running room. 25, 20, 15. Down to the 10 to the 8-yard line. Where was Sam? They say his knee was down at the 9. Panthers still have a goal to go with a little over 10 minutes remaining in the half. Pass complete to Simpson inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. 6-yard pickup on the play. That'll set up second down. 3 yards to go.
Raiders have to be stunned at this point.
Panthers with an opportunity to go up by 2 touchdowns. Bob Church, your comments up to this point.
Well, it's not something that has to come as a surprise to the Raiders. I mean, you've seen the Panthers all year, and they've done nothing but throw the ball.
Power eye in the backfield. Clayton Wade will give the ball to Sparks. Sparks will get down too close to the 1-yard line. Rod Sparks the ball carry.
I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to my power runner. Number 14 is going to carry the ball for me.
Wade already with 4 touchdowns. He takes the football and he scores his 5th rushing touchdown of the year to give the Panthers a 13-0.
This is not a fun field to come back on either, but that is what is going to be reserved with 9:05 remaining in the half.
Panthers drive 45 yards and 8 plays on that one with Clayton Wade. And the extra point attempt by Jordan. Hey, blocked, and Wade has it. Clayton Wade going to get pushed out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That could have been interesting.
That could have been very interesting. It goes as no good on the, well, I guess you're going to have to get Associated Press in the Buckeye State. And right now, Warren Harding's playing their ball game. And the Panthers will do the kicking up. Anderson and Ziegler back deep for the Raiders, and Anthony Ziegler will take it at the 16, 20, 25, 30, 33-yard line. Nice return by Anthony Ziegler. 17 yards, and the Raiders will have it first down, 10 yards to go.
John Cruz came in to make the stop. He really put the hit on Ziegler here. Ziegler taking the ball and cutting to the left, but couldn't get outside because of Cruz.
The running game going in this one, I probably give him this drive to see if he sticks with it. Tony Anderson's met right at the 35-yard line. A 2-yard pickup on the play. Second down, 8 yards to go for the Warren Western Reserve Raiders. Their defense just lining up about 9 men within a yard or 2 of the line of scrimmage. One running back behind Jermaine Richardson. Draw play to Edwin Caffey, and Caffey for maybe 2 more up to the 37-yard line. Rain has stopped here at Mollenkopf Stadium. That'll set up third down. 6 yards to go for Warren Western Reserve.
Well, the rain has stopped, but the wind is still whipping, and Western Reserve is going right into the wind.
7-5. Richardson will throw now. He's going to tuck it under. He'll pick up the first down. 40, 45, out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Warren Harding Panthers.
Across the field. Now the middle might be a little softer, but I'd still try to work it outside the middle, spread the defense out around the field, maybe even throw the ball once or twice and make the defense play more honest.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Again, the full house. Richardson slant pattern, complete inside the 40, close to the first down at the Panther 39-yard line via the pass. Panthers have had 6, 5 have been on the air route. First down, 10 yards to go. William Fambra will flank about 15 to the near side. Richardson under pressure, doing his dance. Jermaine Richardson going to fire. Complete to Alfie Birch inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line.
That play was slow in developing, but had a tremendous ending for Warren Western Reserve as Alfie Birch made a great catch. That was a tough catch to make. Richardson with a nice fake, but the Panthers not biting, but he breaks a tackle there, and then on the run, lofts this one down the sidelines. Watch Birch. He makes a great catch.
And behind him, William Fambro was wide open in the end zone. Either way, the Raiders looked good on that pass attempt. 34-yard pass completion for Warren Western Reserve. Ball carrier Tony Anderson may be down to the 3. They are going to give him the 3-yard line. A 1-yard pickup on the play. Second generation, how about that?
Makes me feel old.
Power high in the backfield, and Germain's going to have to expend the 3rd time. Wait a minute, no, he's complaining about the band. Warren Harding band in the band shell right in front of him, and Germain says, hey, I can't hear my own signals, let alone my teammates.
Not getting too much sympathy, though.
Ball carrier Anderson is close. They're going to put him down at the 1-foot line.
No,
touchdown. One official with his back to the play had the spot.
Warren Western Reserve ball game.
There you see the Warren Harding bench. They're the home team for this year's activity.
And all the privileges that go with it.
We have 4:40 remaining second quarter, and Clayton Wade immediately will pump fake. Now fire over the middle to Emmett Williams, and he is leveled by Alfie Birch. Pass incomplete. Power high in the backfield behind Clayton Wade. Wade, pump fake. Now going to tuck it under, and he's going to be hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 28-yard line. Our first sack for the right side, 3rd and 15. Clayton Wade draw play. Running room 30, up to the 35 to the 36-yard line. I believe Rod Sparks the ball carrier. Sparks, in fact, they're going to give him the 37-yard stripe, a 9-yard pickup on the play, but that'll set up 4th down about...
Looked like one of my tee shots in golf on a wet day.
Or on a dry day. Full house in the backfield. Raiders with only 1 timeout remaining. Running room 25. Williams up to the 30-yard line. Steve Williams with a 7-yard pickup on the play. That'll set up 2nd down, 3 yards to go for Warren Western Reserve. Ball carrier again, Williamson. 35 has the 1st down up to the 38-yard line. 1st down, number 6. Anthony Ziegler this time will split to the near side. Birch to the far side. Jermaine Richardson, slant pattern, incomplete. Kind of threw that one away just to stop the clock. It has wound its way. Richardson in trouble. Richardson going to go out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Excellent pressure put.
Richardson still a little bit gimpy, but it's going to take a lot to get him out of this game.
Well, now they're moving it back to the 33.
They're putting Richardson out of the ball game. Now I don't know. We were talking about him being shaken up. Maybe he looked like they were shaken up, and the officials, told him he had to be out of the ball game for 1 play. Because if you take an injury timeout, or the officials declare an injury timeout, the player that's injured has to be out for 1 play. Now I'm not sure. I'm just guessing that, but it looks to me like John Allen's coming over to the offensive coordinator and might be coming into the ball game.
Yeah, here he comes back in again. So Phil Anarello won his case. Jermaine Richardson back into the QB spot. And now you see the Warren Harding side and Frank Thomas shaking his head. Richardson will put it up. Flat pass to Tony Anderson. Loses the ball. Loose football and recovered by the Panthers. At the 23-yard line, it'll go as a lateral. Intended for Anderson. He missed connections, and the Panthers recover the live football for the 2nd turnover of the 1st half.
Well, watch Richardson as he goes back, and then watch where this ball is thrown. Very, very close, but the Panthers fall on it for the 1st down.
Jim Infante, I think, coming up with it as Clayton Wade will fire over the middle, tipped around, incomplete.
Because you may want the wind at your back in the 4th quarter if you've got a throwing ball club.
another big factor is if the Panthers do score before halftime. That'll have a big decision on what the Raiders are going to do.
Right, exactly.
Ed Jordan will split to the right. Clayton Waite will roll right now. Look left. Clayton Waite gonna fire the ball to Simpson. Touchdown! To Gerald Simpson in the end zone. Fourth reception from quarterback Clayton Waite. We'll look at the second of this ball game right here.
Waite stepping up into the pocket and gives it everything he's got. Two defenders down there, but Gerald Simpson with the catch. And this was a great pass, right on the money by Clayton Waite.
Simpson came into the game. Waite looking. Waite has a man. Spots him, throws, but by that time he's covered by the Raider defense.
And they have been stunned here by Warren Harding. Of course, they shouldn't be surprised. The Panthers definitely with a fine offensive team. And the defense has been equal to the task as the Raiders have just gotten the one touchdown. It's been a game of field position, though.
Be interesting to see how Phil Annarella calls it the rest of the way here in the second quarter. One timeout remaining for the Raiders. Two running backs behind Jermaine Richardson, and Richardson's going to put it up. Jermaine Richardson looks over the middle, pass is complete at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, and out of bounds at the far sideline. William Fambro, and a flag. It could be a late hit against the Panthers.
That is what is going to be the call, as Fambro was heading out of bounds and he got hit and hit hard, and they're going to tack on another 15.
Oh, that could hurt the Panther defensive cause. That will go as the equivalent of a 35-yard pass completion. You tack on 15 more yards, and we'll look at it again.
There it is. And he was good pressure up front as well.
And still with one timeout remaining. Richardson under pressure. Richardson going to be hit, throws the ball away, and whoa, they're going to say he's down. At the 21-yard line, it'll go
at its finest, Cap.
Third down, 21 yards to go. Richardson into the end zone for Fambro. Touchdown! What a grab by William Fambro. Tipped it to himself and scores the touchdown with 2 seconds remaining against Warren Western Reserve. As we look at it one more time.
This is great. It's called back, but Fambro tips the ball to himself for what appeared to be the touchdown, but
Richardson's favorite receiver, and he's the man in motion. Richardson going to scramble for nothing. He's going to be hit at the 40, and that is it. End of the first half.
Let's take a look at what really goes on in Warren schools. Let's look at an education system that prepares our kids for life in an increasingly demanding society. Look at programs that serve the entire community, like adult basic education. Look at sports, music, and science programs that help kids find their special skills and share those talents with the rest of us. A lot goes on in the Warren schools, and we all benefit from it. Vote for the Warren City School Levy. It's the best bargain in town.
Panthers and the Raiders, Matt Stevens. And Matt, exciting first half.
Typical game. Typical reserve Harding game. Haven't missed any of them since 68.
That's right. You've seen every one of them.
Yeah, one in 68 I think would be probably the most exciting one because it was the first one. And I think the Raiders won that one by 7 points or 6 points. But it was a good game. And I think it rained that day, too.
Is that right? 21 years later, look where we are. Any other individual standouts, Matt, in the previous 20 games stand out in your mind?
Well, seeing Alfie Birch out here reminds me of his dad when he played for them. And I'll never forget him. He was one of the most outstanding characters over at Western Reserve. Outstanding athlete, and was a good ball player. He did everything well. And his son is doing the same thing out here today.
That's what Harry and I were talking about. We're on the second generation for some of these ball players.
Yes, we are, and some of the coaches down on the field for Harding I saw playing in the reserve Harding games, like Nick Frankos. He played, and he was outstanding.
That's right. How about other highlights of the series between these two teams, Matt?
Well, I can't pick out any one big highlight. They were all close ball games. I don't think any of them was a walk away in any way. This is about a typical game right here. I look for reserve to come back and maybe score more in the second half and make it a closer ball game, because that's the way it always has been, even in basketball.
You know, you've covered, when you're covering the high school football scene, you get a wet field like this, and there's always the big argument. Does it favor, the running team or the passing team? What's been your experience with it, Matt?
Well, I thought that the running team always had the advantage, because the runner knows where he's going, and the defender, he doesn't know where he's going. So it's hard on him. He slips and slides, where the runner has his mind made up as to where he wants to go. So I always thought it was the runner that had the advantage. Of course, you were talking about highlights before, and I'll never forget the Raiders always seemed to have a good option quarterback. And they used to have a young man that went up to Yale, and he was an option quarterback. I mean, his name was Zoba, and what an outstanding quarterback he was. And he used the option well, and I think that was a big advantage for them.
Zoba, of course, played in the late 60s, early 70s with Warren Western Reserve, and both these schools have been blessed with fine quarterbacks throughout the years.
They always have, but when it came down to game time, you threw out all the stats and the statistics, and it came to just knock them and hit them and see who can do the most damage.
You're looking good. How's the retirement treating you?
Beautiful. Play lots of golf.
Not today. Not today, though, did you?
No, not today. No, I had to get over here too early.
Superb. What do you pick, or what do you look for in the second half, Matt?
Wow.
Hurry in. We'll be seeing you a little later on.
Okay, John. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Matt Stevens, our halftime guest, and we'll be back with the first half statistics on today's ball game with the score: Warren Harding 19, Warren Western Reserve 7. We'll be back with more from Mollenkopf Stadium, but first we're going to pause for this message. Second half kickoff taken by Michael Hall at the Panther 20 to the 30, up to the 35-yard line. 15-yard return by Michael Hall, and the Panthers receiving to open up the second half. Driving.
Make it easier on us as well in trying to identify the players.
First down, 10 yards to go. Panthers leading 19-7. Clayton Wade passing, intercepted. Sean Yatsy at the 40, 35, out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Warren Harding. Clayton Wade with his first mistake of the ball game, and it gives the Raiders excellent field position at the Panther 35-yard. Split about 10 to the right side. Fambro flanked about 15. Tony Anderson down to the 30 to the 29-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play. Second, Crowset in the backfield. Jermaine Richardson third and short. On the counter play, Williamson going to be close. I do not think he made it.
That was a fine defensive play by Bruce Henry.
They're going to spot it right at the
recovery.
So here we go, fourth down, inches to go for the Raiders. Opening moments of the third quarter, Raiders down by 19-7 score. Ball carrier Cappy breaks the tackle and gets the first down. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but second effort got him out of the hold of the would-be tackler. He picks the right side. Fambro flanked about 15 to the right side. Jermaine Richardson in trouble, fires the football, has a man complete inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. I think Alfie Birch for the first time today. It was Alfie Birch. Passing combination with a pickup of 10 and enough for another Raider first down.
Now Richardson did a good job of buying time, and then
the Raiders will run out of the power high in the backfield. Jermaine Richardson to the second man through. Tony Anderson slices inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. A 4-yard pickup by Tony Anderson. Second down, 6 yards.
Old he sounded too.
That's right. Very positive. Fourth down, inches to go. Jermaine Richardson will give the ball to Tony Anderson. Leaps, doesn't get the touchdown, but he does get the first down. Down. First and goal, Richardson to Anderson, leaps in for the touchdown. Tony Anderson puts it over from the 1-yard line. His second touchdown of the ball game for Warren Western Reserve, and that will make it a 19-13 score. And that TD, of course, set up on the interception by Sean Yancey.
See, the cash register just lighten up on this one.
There you go. The dollar signs in the eye. Jermaine Richardson to kick it off for Warren Western Reserve. Playing goal. It bounces off a Harding ball player. It's a live ball, and the Raiders have it. Hit off the knee of one of the up men, and the Raiders, the equivalent of an onside kick, although obviously it wasn't intended to be one. There was split about 7 to the near side. Second down, 6 yards to go. Jermaine Richardson in trouble. Fires the football, almost intercepted, but they're going to say he was in the grass back at the 27-yard line. One running back behind quarterback Jermaine Richardson. Birch in motion. Richardson, lob pass, incomplete. Incomplete at the 5-yard line.
Good defensive play there by
their own 28-yard line. Panthers leading 19-14. Only their second offensive play of the third quarter. Ball carrier for a couple up to the 30-yard line. Kenny Jackson will flank to the near side. Clayton Wade will put it up, looks for Jackson. Passes complete to Jackson. Across the 35, up to the 36-yard line. Split to the near side. Emmett Williams to the far side. Wade looking. Wade in trouble. Wade gonna fire the football. Intercepted at the 40-yard line. Hank Powell coming up with it for Warren Western Reserve. Exactly remaining in the third. Ball carrier is Cappy inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Richardson, pro set behind him. Gives the ball to Cappy, and Cappy again inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. And a first down for Warren Western Reserve.
Well, with the rain has come the cold, but that's only in the stands because things are really heating up as we get ready for the fourth quarter of play. Warren Western Reserve trailing by 5 points. The Warren Harding Panthers.
Down 10 yards to go for Warren Western Reserve. Man slotted right side. Ball carrier running room is Anderson inside the 20. They're going to say he's down to about the 19-yard line. Power eye in the backfield. Ball carrier for nothing that time. Edwin Caffey stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Second down, 10 yards to go. Richardson, bootleg left side, needs a block. Can't find it, and maybe picks up 1 yard. Knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That will set up third down.
Well, you see, the fact that they first played in 1968, a sellout crowd at that time, and surprisingly, I think at that time, Warren Western Reserve beat Warren Harding 14-6. And the Raiders at that time undefeated in their first matchup. Last year, the Raiders winning 20-14, their third consecutive victory in the series. The Raiders do have the edge 13-7 in the series. 86, we had the overtime game won by the Raiders. And Harding with that lead, hoping that a victory will give them their best record in 11 years and their first All-American Athletic Conference title. Reserve looking for its first undefeated season since '73, and they have not won the conference title either.
Here we go, third down, 9 yards to go for the Raiders from the Panther 14-yard line. Jermaine Richardson looking, quarterback drawn, he's gonna be hit. Second effort will get him down to about the 11-yard line, but only a 3-yard pickup, and that will set up fourth down. 6 yards to go for Warren Western Reserve. One of the other schools just north of Columbus. Third down, fourth down, and Richardson breaks a tackle. Richardson going to turn the corner, pick up the first down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
You will not see a better run than what we just saw. Jermaine Richardson.
Richardson, busted play. Richardson gonna take it close to the goal line. Down to the 1-yard line, and folks, that was indeed a busted play. He turned around and there's to hand it off, and nobody was there. And a flag on the play, and could go against the Raiders, and if it does, it's a dead ball foul, and it's going to cost them a chunk of yardage. Yep.
Ooh.
That will move it from the 1 all the way back out to the 16-yard line, and Phil Anarell is just furious. Again, the power eye in the backfield. Ball carrier inside the 15, but Gerald Simpson coming up with a big tackle. Minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Raiders down 19-14. Richardson slant pattern complete inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. William Fambro on the receiving end. And
well, there you see, a win by the Raiders would likely give them a home field advantage, first round of the Division I playoffs. Nothing is for sure when it comes to those rankings, but neither team has won 4 consecutive games in the series. Warren Harding well aware of that, trying to put an end to it. They have the 5-point lead, 6:31 remaining. And the touchdown conversions for the Raiders, if they convert this time, they're going to have the touchdown.
Alfie Birch will go to the left side. William Fambro will flank to the right side. 4th and 6 from the Panthers. 6 down by 5, fourth quarter. Richardson looking. Richardson in trouble. Gonna be stopped way back at the 20-yard line. Tried to get a little bit too fancy that time, Jermaine Richardson did, and he paid the price way back at the 20-yard line. And the Panthers defense again rises to the occasion.
Well, again, the Panther secondary making this. Richardson pumping, then looking, and then suddenly he finds the black jersey swarming over him. And a great defensive stand by the Panthers.
In the second half. Been completely dominated by the Raiders, but Warren Western Reserve with only 1 touchdown to show for it. Equipment problem as you see Drew Hill coming to the near sideline. Remaining fourth quarter, power eye in the backfield. Clayton Waite will give the ball to Sparks. Sparks up to the 25, a 3-yard pickup. And the Raiders trying to prevent the Panthers from getting that first down, which will probably chew up a couple of more minutes on the clock.
Becoming a factor as we're down to 5 minutes remaining. And the Raiders with just 1 timeout.
Again, out of the power eye in the backfield. Simpson will get the handoff. Simpson fighting his way close to the first down, and I believe he got it. Had to get to the 30, and the placement, the spot is going to put it right at the 30-yard line. First down. No, they're going to call in the change. 52 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter, the Panthers on the verge of one of their big victories in this 21-year history between the two schools.
I would be very surprised, Cappy, to see Harding put the ball in the air at this time of the ball game.
Well, use as much of that clock as possible. Again, out of the power eye in the backfield, and again, Simpson the ball carrier this time for maybe 2 up to the 32-yard line. But the Panthers content on letting that clock wind down. And that is becoming the big story in the ball game at this point. High in the backfield, Clayton Wade, quarterback keeper. He's going to be sacked back at the 26. A loss of 1 on the play. Looked like the quarterback draw and nothing doing. The blood defense of the Raiders waiting for him. Still on 15 yards to go for the Warren-Harding Panthers.
Panthers wanting to take as much time as possible, but definitely do not want to get slapped with another 5-yard penalty for the game.
Simpson, no, that's Kenny Jackson flanking to the right side. Wade puts it up by his pass. It's complete 30, 35, not quite to the 40-yard line. Pick up on the play of 13. He needed 14. It'll be 4th down. And if you're Frank Thomas, Bob Church, tough spot to be in.
Slant in pattern and gets just shy of the yard line that he needed to get for the first down.
Well, you may be 2 out of 4 if their formation holds. Here we go. Tony Wade fumbles a snap back, and the Raiders will have the football at the 38-yard line of Warren-Harding with 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. 4th quarter. Do not go away, folks. 2 running backs behind Jermaine Richardson. He fumbles the snap back. Now he loses the ball, and the Panthers do not recover. Oh, Richardson came close to losing that one. But you're in the 4th. And the Raiders, with their undefeated season on the line, down 19-14.
Jermaine Richardson having some trouble with the football, as we saw Clayton Wade have the same problem just a few seconds ago.
Whoa, on both sides of the stadium really wound up. 3rd down, 13 yards to go. Richardson to throw. Richardson gonna run, but he's gonna be hit. Picked up down to the 36, and again give the credit to that Panther defensive backfield for completely blanketing the receivers. Clock is moving. 4th down, and the Raiders are gonna have, no, the official, Tony Montana, will stop it, and then the Raiders do call for a timeout. 3rd timeout expended by Warren Western Reserve. It stops the clock with 1:07 remaining. Raiders from the Panther 36-yard line. Jermaine Richardson over the middle, incomplete, intended for Alfie Birch, and that should do it. Had the slant in with Alfie Birch and the pass incomplete, stopping the clock with 1:03 remaining in the 4th quarter. And the man who batted it down for the Panthers, injured on the play. Might have just got the wind knocked out of him. The fall on the football. There's one time. Our hats off to both ball clubs and both coaching staffs.
It's a great ball game. Very typical of this rivalry.
Flag on the play, and let's see. Gotta have more self-control than that in a situation similar to that. There we go. Clayton Wade goes down, and that should do it. Clock winding down to 5 seconds. And a jubilant Warren-Harding team and Warren-Harding crowd out on the field, because for the first time in 4 years, the Panthers come back to upend Warren Western Reserve. The Panthers win their first All-American Athletic Conference crown, and the Panthers hand crosstown rival Warren Western Reserve their only defeat of the regular season, snapping a Raider 13-game winning streak.
I was chuckling only because Harding players went right about to the 40-yard line and did mudslides in their jubilation.
Final score, Warren-Harding 19, Warren Western Reserve 14, and we'll be back to tell you how it happened. But first, we're going to pause for this message.
Panthers have shattered the Warren Western Reserve Raiders' dream of an unbeaten season. But you get the idea that the Warren Western Reserve Raiders season is not over yet, because given the amount of computer points they have compiled, they still are likely to be in the playoff picture. But what a big victory for the Panthers. They stopped the 3-game winning streak over this series that Warren Western Reserve had enjoyed, and a lot of people on the east side will be jubilant the rest of this day, and well, they'll have bragging rights until next year. Looking at some team statistics very quickly, the yards rushing category, the Panthers just had 36 yards rushing, 14 carries, reserve with 127 yards and 51 carries. Panthers did have 121 yards via 12 for 23 in the passing category, reserve with 94 yards on 5 of 11. The Raiders with 221 total yards to Harding's 157, and the Raiders dominated in time of possession 30-58 to 17-02, but the final score is what counts as far as both teams are concerned, and it was the Panthers with the 19-14 victory. Just pointing to some individual performances, Tony Anderson led the way with 54 yards and 16 carries for reserve. Edwin Caffey had a fine game with 41 yards and 11 carries. Panthers on the ground, it was Rod Sparks, 37 yards and 6 carries, but one of the key people in this game was someone we thought would be, and that was Gerald Simpson, who caught 8 passes from Clayton Waite, including 2 touchdowns, and he had an interception in this game as well. So Warren Harding with the upset victory, 19-14, Cap.
Well, the bragging rights for 1988 belong to the Warren Harding Panthers. And Bob Church, your analysis of the ballgame.
Well, first of all, one more stat to bring up is Clayton Waite, again, completed passes for over 100 yards. Clayton completed passes for over 100 yards every game this season, which is, kind of an achievement for a senior quarterback at a high school level. An excellent game by Clayton. As Harry said, Gerald Simpson also an excellent ball game. It's what you expect when you get Harding reserved. Nobody backs up. I don't care what the records are. You can come in 1-9. You can come in 9-1. The one doesn't back down from the other. They just go at each other, and may the best man win. An excellently played football game. Cappy and Harry, I'd first of all like to thank working with you. It's been a pleasure. It's been nice being in the booth, staying dry in weather like this, and working off you guys is very easy. You guys make working up here